È con grande piacere che vi presento il nuovo allenatore.
Today we are heading to Italy to take over the most cursed club in recent history. Fiorentina have been to back-to-back Conference League finals and lost both of them in incredible fashion, conceding 2 very late goals to lose both matches. They have won 2 Serie A titles and even 6 Coppa Italias, but in recent history their successes haven't been very great, and that is why today it is the task of rebuild Sombrero to take over this Fiorentina side and rebuild them into the greatest side not only in Italy but in the whole of Europe. Having the first glance at this squad here, I can already tell you that there are multiple players out of position. Kouame, who is a striker, is at left midfield. We have Gonzalez, who is out of position. Artur, who is quite out of position on a -2 here. So there is a lot of work to do. So this is the optimal formation and the optimal players in the positions that I have figured out. We have still Artur, who is on a -2. We might need to upgrade on him right away in the first season. We have Martinez Quarta now at centre back. He's 27-77, 5 higher rated than the default starting centre back Ranieri. We have Parisi now on the left back position. He's a very, very bright spot of this team. Then we have the highest rated player in this squad. It is Nico Gonzalez, the right winger, only 25. So the 2 main positions I want to upgrade on in the first transfer window here at Fiorentina are certainly the CDM and the goalkeeper position. As we usually do, we send out an Italian scout, Valerio Gasperoni, to find us some youth players who can compete for, of course, first team spots in the upcoming season. Sofian Amrabat is on loan at Manchester United, so we don't actually need to buy a new CDM. We can quite simply recall him from loan. In return, therefore, we also terminate the loan of Artur, who will return to Juventus because we simply just do not need him. We do the same thing for Andrea Belotti, who will return to Roma, as we have enough strikers to, of course, compete for that only spot we have up front. We don't need Maxi Lopez either. He goes back as well. I just don't need as many loan players. There are many players out on loan here, most of them very young. From what I have seen of Fiorentina, they really like to have the ball, pass the ball around and keep possession as much as they can. That is why we are enhancing the tiki-taka style of play in the Fiorentina rebuild. Our first sale in this rebuild is for Gaetano Castrovilli. We shipped him out, we can get better than him, younger than him. We ship out a second player in Rolando Mandragora, 15 million to Sevilla for the first signing of our own. We have decided to go in for Nicolo Fagioli from Juventus for 20 million plus Abdelhamid Sabiri, a Moroccan who wasn't really of use for us. It will take him about 54 weeks to become a CDM, which is not great, but on the other hand, I'm giving him this time, it's about a season. I have literally given every player and their mom a training plan here. It is a bit of chaos still in the first season as we have many players out on loan, but this squad is coming together slowly but surely. A second signing will be a man who already has played in Serie A. He has experience at this level with Roma, and he will come in from the Saudi Pro League at the age of 24. It is Roger Ibanez, the former Roma defender, joining us for 34 million from Al Ahly. We make one final transfer here as we are allowed to make 3 transfers per season. We are going in for a young, highly exciting prospect in goal. Guillaume Restes joining us from Toulouse, 10 million plus Oliver Christensen, our backup goalkeeper. This is how we are rolling for now, for the first season here with Fiorentina. We will be in the Conference League. That is a good opportunity for Restes to, of course, chop and change with Terracciano in goal. Terracciano has the starting spots here. Ibanez is our new man at the centre-back position, 80 rated, an upgrade on all our centre-backs. We have Fagioli, who is converting to a CDM. He's only 22, an Italian CM. I'm really excited and curious to see what we can achieve with this side, with the 3 changes that we have made. 2 of them playing in the starting 11, 1 of them still on the bench. I can tell you that we are in Group F, alongside Ferencvarosi from Hungary, KRC Gang from Belgium, and Athletic Club Bilbao from Spain. A group that should be manageable. Let's see and find out, simulating until, of course, the month of January. In the meanwhile, we change Antonin Barak's position from a central midfielder to a cam, and he goes up by 1 overall to a 79. If you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and smashing that like button. It would really help the growth of the channel, and I'd really appreciate that. So guys, at the halfway point of season number 1, we're actually in 3rd place. We have 1 game in hand over Roma. We are 4 points behind Inter in 1st. I mean, 2 points ahead of Napoli. This is going really well. Oh my god. In the Conference League it is the polar opposite, as we have been knocked out in the group stages, shamelessly. 3rd place, 8 points. Incredible failure. What has just happened here? Sofyan Amrabat from the CDM position has scored 10 goals in 27 appearances. What? Gonzalez with 8 goals, 4 assists, Kwame 7 goals, Ikone 7 goals, and our captain Bonaventura, who is already 34, down to 77, he has scored 4 goals as well. Not bad, actually, those stats, especially those 4 players here. But Amrabat, that is just sensational. Imagine we wouldn't have recalled him from Manchester United. Incredible what he has done here, but all the others as well have grown massively. Ibanez up to an 81, Milenkovic up to an 81, Parisi up to a 79. I've put Restes in goal, he's up to a 77. In the meanwhile, we can also change Nicolo Fagioli's position from a central midfielder to a CDM, and he stays at a 78. For next season already, we sell Cristiano Biraghi, wanted out of the club, to AC Milan. He's 31, 80 rated, on the decline. Another player I'm a bit mad about is Luca Ranieri, who leaves us for next season for 10 million to PSV Eindhoven. He also wanted out of the club. I don't understand this. Yet another player we sell for next season is Mbala Nzola. He's 27, 79 rated. He goes to Lazio for 26 million. Lads, I am scratching my head. We have finished the league season, the Serie A, in Italy, in 2nd place, with 23 wins out of 38. An incredible league season here from us. We finish ahead of the likes of Milan, Juventus, Roma, Napoli, and even Bergamo Calcio and Lazio. Of course, the runaway league champions Inter Milan have won 28 out of 38, only lost 5. We've only lost 4. So the least amount of games in the whole division. The EA Sports Super Cup goes to Napoli over Inter Milan. And we also participated in that. We got knocked out in the semis to Napoli. Inter also win the Coppa Italia, so a domestic treble, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, actually a double, because they've been in the final of the Super Cup, but they lost against Napoli. But anyway, we have been shamelessly knocked out to Parma from the 2nd division on penalties in the round of 16. The Champions League goes to Real Madrid over Arsenal in a weird penalty shootout, 3-0. An interesting Europa League final where Leverkusen defeat Newcastle to clinch the Europa League trophy. And the Conference League goes to Athletic Bilbao over Frankfurt. In the second part of the season, Nico Gonzalez has really came in clutch. 20 goals, 9 assists in 45 appearances. 15 and 6 in 46 for Amrabat. Incredible for him. A bit slower in the second part of the season. Only 5 goals, but still incredible stats. Kwame, 11 goals for the striker. A bit disappointing from our strikers, I'm not gonna lie. And Zola with 6 goals. He will leave the club. Then we have Beltran, who's really disappointed me. 3 goals only in 19 apps, which is not too great. Bonaventura might be replaced by Barak. We may also bring in a new cam next season. And this is how the team is looking like at the end of the first season. We've Restes up to a 79. We have Ibanez an 82, 80 for Parisi. 81 for Amrabat, 79 for Paggioli. But anyway, I can only repeat myself. Fantastic performance in the Serie A. I would have never expected a second place finish in the first season here with Fiorentina. Round of 16 exit in the Coppa Italia, and of course, the worst of them all, a group stage exit in, of course, the Europa Conference League. While the league performances were great, and I want to build on that, I really need us to have a better run next season in the Champions League. Our first season in the Champions League, our second season in total. To start off season number 2, we convert Alfred Duncan from a CM to a CDM, and he goes up by 2 to a 77. Not bad. Just to give you a little update, lads, Bonaventura, our captain, is retiring at the end of the season, so even more reason to replace him. A player who really disappointed me last season, with only 3 goals in about 20 games, is being sold. It is Lucas Beltran, going to Aston Villa for 31 million. We have massively thinned out our squad by selling Gabriele Ferrarini to Boavista, Di Stefano to Bordeaux, Krastev to Leuven. Most of them have returned from loan. Janko to Hellas Verona, Lucchesi to Pendixpo. And then we have made some loans such as Amatucci and Infantino. We've also sold Munteanu to Köln, Dalemura to Denmark FC. And then the one that I show you at the beginning, Lucas Beltran, the big one, to Aston Villa. All of these sales leave us with about 191 million, an incredible budget here for Fiorentina. A new striker, a Brazilian, as Fiorentina have a big connection with Brazilian players. They have Dodo, for example, right now at the club. Marcos Leonardo joining us from Benfica for 35 million on the dot. And he's a 78 rated 21-year-old. Another 21-year-old we went in as our second player is Xavi Simons, a cam from PSG, is also 21, 84 overall. He's joining us from PSG, Xavi Simons, for 74 million. To round out the club of 21s, we go in for a final winger, Matthias Sule, for 31.5 million from Juventus. A fully 80 plus rated backline, 79 rated 19-year-old goalkeeper. We have 2 nice holding midfielders in Paggioli and Amrabat. Our new man, Simons, in the cam spot. What a talent, 21 years of age, 84 overall, our new highly rated player. And then we have Sule, for now plays on the left. He's converting to a left wing as well. Gonzalez, of course, our main man from last season, on the right. And then our new striker, Marcos Leonardo, 21 years of age, 78 rated. A great potential player from Benfica, of course. We bought him. Can already change Sule's position to a left winger, and he goes up by 1 to a 79. Fiorentina will play in a Champions League group alongside PSG, the French Giants, PSV, the Dutch Giants, and CFR Cluj from Romania. At the midway point of the second season, lads, this is not so great. We are in 6th place, 34 points, 9 points off Juventus in first, which is not too far, but after 18 games, we have lost 4 and drawn 4. It is a very tight table, but we have to strap ourselves in, otherwise this season we won't qualify for the Champions League of the next one. However, this time in the Champions League, we've made it through in flying colors over PSV. We have finished in 2nd place in our first visit to the Champions League in this rebuild. PSG, the French Giants, have topped the group, but we are in 2nd, which means that we will go to the round of 16, where we'll actually face Benfica. Not too bad of a draw. Kouame has been the main man this season so far. 13 goals in 17 appearances is crazy, but the others are just so far behind. Especially our new man Marcos Leonardo has really disappointed so far. 2 goals in 18 appearances for our star striker. That is not acceptable. every single player in this starting 11 is more than an 80 rated, except for Marcos, who is an 80 flat. Kouame is the bench striker because I've put Leonardo up top as the starter, and still Kouame has scored 13 goals in 17 apps. First game in the knockout stages of the Champions League in this rebuild. Can we snatch a first win against the Portuguese giants of Benfica? This is like a 50-50 game, I'd say. We quick sim the game here at home. And we lose. Oh no. We have lost the game 2-1 to Benfica. Marcos Leonardo against his former club scores. But that is not enough. We have lost the first leg. As we have a few players who are tired, really tired from the big schedule here. We have a completely rejuvenated front four. Sotil, Kouame, Ikone and Barak. Can we turn it around in the second leg here, away to Benfica after the 2-1 loss at home? We quick sim the game. Can we do it? No, we actually draw the game. We went 1-0 down, Kouame equalized, but it isn't enough, and we are out in the round of 16 to Benfica. Looking at the team morale at the end of the season, I'm not really confident we've done that well in that second part. Because some of them are really angry and sad. Well, I don't know why these players are unhappy, but we are in 4th place. We will once again be playing in the Champions League in season number 3 of this rebuild. We've had 9 draws, 6 losses and 23 wins. A steady season, I'd say. 10 points off the top. Juventus are your champions, Lazio are in 2nd and Inter are in 3rd. Once again, we don't win the Super Cup. That goes to Napoli over Milan. And we have been knocked out once again in the semi-finals to Napoli. While our journey in the Coppa Italia started in the round of 16, where we overcame Cagliari first, 3-1. In the quarter-finals, in a very tight game, we beat Bergamo Calcio, aka Atalanta, 3-2. And in the semis, we won on the ancient away goals rule. We are through to the final. Can we win our first cup in this rebuild? No, we actually lose. We have lost to Inter Milan, boys. Benfica made it to the Champions League final before losing to Manchester City 4-1. In a crazy Europa League final, Liverpool have beaten Real Madrid, of all teams, 4-3. And in the Conference League, it is Newcastle defeating the Turkish side Beşiktaş 2-1. Christian Kouame has torn the Serie A apart. 19 goals in Serie A only, 2 in the other competitions, 21 in total. Ikone with 15 goals and 6 assists. And then a big drop-off here, to Marcos Leonardo on 9 goals. Still not too bad in the second half of the season. Even Xavi Simons, who a bit disappointing, I must say. 5 goals, 6 assists. But let's not be too greedy. I don't really get why we have a red manager rating. It's on 44. So we are close to getting the boot here at Fiorentina. But I don't know why, because round of 16 Champions League, Serie A 4th place and runner-up in the Coppa Italia would be a great season in real life for Fiorentina. But oh well. Let's not distract ourselves. Let's jump into season number 3. Lucas Martinez Quarta wanted out of the club, and that is why we need a replacement for him. And I have found the perfect player to replace Martinez here. It is an Italian, 26 years of age, Alessandro Buongiorno, joining the club. We can say buongiorno to him, 44 million on the dot, he cost us. And his overall will be an 84-83. Our backup CDM Duncan will retire at the end of the season, and Bonaventura, a central midfielder, already retired this season. So we will need some quality in that position, and that quality we are going to get from PSG. It is Manuel Ugarte joining us, a CDM 24 years of age. Manuel Ugarte will be about an 84 rated CDM. The scene we've been waiting for. It is Lucas Martinez Quarta leaving the club. Unfortunately, he wanted to leave, and his contract was expiring in 11 months. That's why we didn't get more than 17.5 million out of him. This squad is looking really nice. Even the bench here. Rarely a player under the overall of 18. You have maybe Coyote, who is only 21 though. 74 overall. Terracciano is on the decline. He's retiring at the end of the season. I'm gonna make a controversial call as I call it quits at this moment in time for this transfer window with the 2 transfers we've made. Buongiorno comes into the side for Milenkovic. Parisi will be the captain from now on, the OG Fiorentina player. We are bloated on the wings right now, and that's why we have sold Gino Infantino for 3.4 million to Salernitana. We will be in Group C in the Champions League this season, in the 3rd one, and this time the draw wasn't really with us because we've drawn Manchester City, Benfica and Club Brugge. Still, I'd expect us to put up a fight at least to get out of this group. Quick little update in January, where we are sitting in 2nd place on 48 points after 21 games, 6 points behind Milan and 2 ahead of Inter. It looks good for yet another Champions League qualification. That is my target for the season. We have 10 points on, of course, Napoli and 11 on Torino. And a good run in the Champions League seems possible, as we have finished in 2nd place in our group, behind Manchester City only, who have lost 1 game. We have won 3 and lost 3. Club Brugge behind us, 1 point only, and then Benfica, who knocked us out last season in the Champions League, were crushed out here. And in the round of 16, of course, we had to face a giant. It is Bayern Munich against Fiorentina. A quick little look here at the halfway point. On the stats, we have 11 goals for Gonzalez, 11 for Soule, 7 for Barak, 6 for Leonardo and 6 for Kwame. So, very balanced stats. 2 players in double digits, our 2 wingers. Ahead of next season, we sell Ricardo Sottil to Liverpool for 50 million. He wanted to leave now for nearly half a season, and I have granted his wish finally. Just wanted to give you a quick update here on the youth squads. We have 5 players from the youth academy. We have arrived at the 1st stage of the Champions League round of 16. Against Bayern, of course, at home, as we finished 2nd in our group. Can we cause an upset with this great team that we have built? Against the German Giants, we quick sim the game. The result is a 2-all draw. It's a first leg stalemate here. Nico Gonzalez gave us the equalizer. Marcos Leonardo saves us in the 82nd minute. Away to Bayern, we travel here for the 2nd leg. In the Allianz Arena in Munich, we quick sim the game. In Munich, we win 3-1. Oh my. Nico gave us the lead in the 36th. Grealish gave Bayern the equalizer in the 51st. It went all the way to extra time, where Marcos Leonardo and Nico Gonzalez scored. In 4 minutes, they scored 2 goals. We have won in Munich, which means that we will prevail and go into the quarterfinals, while Bayern Munich are out. And in the last 8, we will face Manchester City. Why should we have Manchester City after Bayern Munich? This is just a bit unfair, but oh well. Let's not complain. Let's jump into the game. We quick sim here at home. The first leg against the Citizens is a 2-1 win. We win due to a Nico Gonzalez brace. Foden gave them the equalizer, but that was not enough for the English champions, for Manchester City, as we take a lead to Manchester for the 2nd leg. It is squeaky bum time now, as we travel to the City of Manchester Stadium to face the Citizens. Can we defend our lead from the first leg? We've won 2-1. We quick sim the game here, away to City. And we win again, 2-0. Barak and Buongiorno, of all people, scored the goals. And we trash Manchester City in the quarterfinals of the Champions League here. In the semis, we could be facing either Real Madrid, Barcelona or Arsenal. And of course, in the semis, it had to be Barcelona we face. First game is at home, in the Fiorentina Stadium. Can we get the edge over Barcelona and make one step towards a crazy Champions League final? It's a draw, 1-1. Everything still to play for in Barcelona. Rafinha brought them in front, but Parisi, our captain, scored the all-important equalizer. It is the Camp Nou, or El Libertador, how it is called here in FC24. Fingers crossed that we can get out into a first ever Champions League final for Fiorentina. We have already knocked out Real Madrid and even Manchester City. Now it is our time to shine in Barcelona. We quick sip. The result. Yes, we've done it! 5-3 on penalties. Dodo gave us the equalizer. Nico even brought us in front. Sule gave us the lead. And Lewandowski equalized to cause heartbreak in the 88th minute. We made it through on penalties because Rafinha missed his pen. All the others scored. Nice penalty shootout. In the final of the Champions League, we will face the Kings of Europe, Real Madrid. Having a look at the league, we have just missed out on the league title, the Serie A title, by one single point against Milan. 9 draws have been too much, and that's what's cost us, but still an incredible season. 1 point ahead of Inter in third. And we haven't won the Sports Super Cup either, because Inter have knocked us out there. In the final, they have beaten us 2-1. While in the Coppa Italia, we got knocked out in the quarters, a little bit more comprehensive, by Napoli 2-0. This same Napoli side went on to defeat Roma to clinch a Coppa Italia title. Gonzalez has run riot this season. 21 goals and 2 assists, up to an 87. Barak, the backup cam, has scored 17 goals from cam. I mean, that is incredible from Barak. Sule with 14 goals, 8 assists, 10 goals for Leonardo. Still a bit disappointing. Kwame also with 10 goals, his backup. I must say, I don't really feel confident because we have been in multiple finals. We have lost all of them and also finished second twice. Here we are ready for the final between Real Madrid and Fiorentina at Old Trafford. Have you seen how many world-class players this Madrid side has? It's a completely different side. They have the likes of Udogi, John Stones, Darwin Núñez. But here they are already on the attack with Bellingham to Núñez, and they already score after 7 minutes. Oh my god, what a horrific start. Darwin slots it home easily, no problem at all. And now Madrid can even go on yet another counter. It's Vinicius into Bellingham, who goes on goal. He shoots and scores the crossbar, but oh my god, they score again. It's 2-0, it's horrific. This is going from bad to worse. And the Madrid fans are really celebrating here. Really unlucky that the ball didn't go in from Bellingham, but then we didn't react. And it's 2-0. Sule, we don't have anyone in the middle here. We can't even bring the ball inside, because there is no one. It's Simons, maybe now. Giving it into Marcos Leonardo, gives us one back. I talked too soon. We had people in the middle, and Fiorentina back in the game, at least for now here at Old Trafford. Simons shows his class, gives it into Marcos Leonardo, who slots home. Courtois doesn't stand a chance. 3 goals in 17 minutes. What a start to the Champions League final. And now Vinicius, how easily can he go through here? It's Vinicius onto the top of the goal. We have to defend better. How much room do they have here? It's Bellingham making the step overs, but getting taken off the ball from Fagioli. Gets it back though. We defend horrifically. It's to Nunez again. This time he doesn't score, but once again it was really dangerous. To Soulé. It is Parisi, the captain, with a cross inside. It's a good one. Oh my god. Bicycle kick here from Marcos Leonardo. If that went in, I would have screamed. I can assure you of that. Simons takes the corner. It's into the middle. Nobody gets onto it. Shot by Parisi, but saved by Courtois. It is Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham once again here. Oh my god, how easily can he pass? How easily does he pass? And once again, a lob that goes onto the top of the goal. How close was that? I mean, oh my god. Still have the ball. It's Gonzalez into Ugarte. Ugarte, who has done really well to free himself up from the opponents. It's Ugarte going into the penalty box. But Courtois collects. Madrid through Jude Bellingham. Bellingham, once again, very menacing here. It's Jude. Very easily gives it inside, but we block it and it's half time. We've been better in the second part of the first half. Much better. Now we must try to continue like that. We defend well, but what do we do here? Why don't we react immediately? Oh my god! What a bullshit! It's Nunez, I think, with a hat-trick now. Why don't we go on to Nunez here? I have switched the formation to a 3 at the back. We have 2 strikers with Kouame and Marcos Leonardo. Simon still at cam. Fagioli and Ugarte also at CDM. And Parisi now plays centre-back. Fagioli brings the ball to Gonzalez. Gonzalez to Kouame. Kouame turns. Gives it inside. Here it's Simons. Xavi Simons! Oh my god! How didn't we get one back here? We play silky smooth football, but somehow it doesn't end in the back of the net. Simons goes on goal, but yeah, he narrowly misses the target. Ibanez with a nice header, but Simons isn't strong enough. It's Bellingham. Jude into Vinicius here. They play so fast. They are so fast. Oh my god. Front post glitch now as well. We are getting taken apart here. It is Vinicius who can drive on our defense. No problem. And Real Madrid are screwing us here. How does Restes not keep that out, by the way? Kouame to Simons. Good ball. It's Leonardo. Marcus Leonardo. Giving it into Kouame. Kouame gets away a bit away from Hakimi, but still there. It's Leonardo into Xavi Simons. Great save by Courtois. Latazak just keeps the ball here. They play well and they could score another one, but this time, oh my god, we give it back to them in the penalty box. Very sluggish, and it's 5-1. This is a disgrace. An absolute disgrace. I cannot believe how naively we defend. Kouame, can he get us at least the consolation back? It's Soulé. No, not even that works, and just put me out of my misery here. It is Real Madrid winning the Champions League. Well done, guys. We have embarrassed ourselves. Fenerbahce win the Europa League. That's what I wanted to show you as well. It is Jose Mourinho magic here. And finally, OGC Nice defeat Union Berlin in the Europa Conference League final. Fiorentina really the eternal second. Second in Serie A, second in the Super Cup, second in the Champions League. This is just sad at this point. I mean, I'm really not over that final loss yet. Let's jump into season number 4, trying to recover ourselves. We have some players like Franco from the youth academy who have returned from loan, but as you can see, we have no depth, we have no reserves at all. Our starting 11 is fantastic, still relatively young on most positions, but we need better bench players. I have also promoted Marco D'Angelo as well as Alessandro Ricci to the first team. We have 221 million in our budget to go in for our players in the transfer market. The goalkeeper who will give competition to Guillaume Restes, 42 million for Andre Lunin from Real Madrid, the team that beat us. It is their third string goalkeeper. Our third and final signing is a very, very big one. It is a former Juventus striker, Dusan Vlahovic, joining us from Barcelona of all teams for 92 million plus Christian Kouame, our backup striker. The team going into our fourth season here with Fiorentina is looking like this. Our lowest rated player is Dodo at right back. He's an OG of Fiorentina and I really like using him. That's why he stays in this position. Up top we have Sule Vlahovic and Gonzalez. We have Adeyemi on the bench, who is converting to a right winger that should bump his overall up once again. And our midfield is also very, very strong. So we should actually be able to fight for a league title this season. We were very close in 2 of the 3 seasons. But this season it should be our time to shine. As announced previously, Karim Adeyemi converts from a left midfielder to a right winger. And he stays at an 85. I actually expected him to go up there, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit disappointed here. We have to top this Champions League group, quite simply, alongside Real Sociedad, RB Salzburg from Austria, and PAOK from Greece. Well, that's what I'm talking about. First place, 14 points in the Champions League, 5 points ahead of Real Sociedad. PAOK surprisingly in third, and Salzburg rock bottom of the group. Which of course means that we had to face the strongest opponent in the round of 16, which is Liverpool. We had to face Liverpool, of course. We couldn't face a Rangers, a Porto, or even a Manchester United. We are in a title race. Just 1 point behind Juventus in first. We've only lost 3 games, the lowest in the whole division. It's still a very, very close title running. I'd say up to 8 teams are still in this title race. Lazio in 8 are 10 points off Juventus, so until Lazio, everybody still has a fighting chance in this league here. The stats are not looking that tasty. It's Vlahovic with 10 goals, the only player in double digits. Leonardo as the backup striker coming in clutch. Now that he's not the starting striker anymore, he scores 9 goals. Adeyemi in his first season up by 3 to an 88. 9 goals for him as well. 6 and 4 assists for Nico Gonzalez. Still the marksman of this rebuild. Sule also up to an 88. Incredible pickup as well. I am an idiot. I included a release clause in Marcos Leonardo's contract. And that has been met now. I couldn't do anything about it. He's joining Wolves, of all teams, when the summer transfer opens. We move here into Anfield. Can we conquer Liverpool? Away from home, the first leg. Can we snatch something here? Away at Anfield. Yes, we do. We win 1-0. Matthias Sule gave us the only goal of the game in the 50th minute. We've won the first one 1-0 away at Anfield. Can we march to the quarterfinals for a second successive year with a full strength starting 11? We face Liverpool here at home, and it's a 2-2 draw. That means we are through. It is Nico Gonzalez putting us through in the 63rd minute with the equalizer. In the quarters, we will face Inter Milan with Sule and Vlahovic up to an 89. Can we cause damage to Inter Milan in the first leg here at home in the quarterfinals of the Champions League? That is the question. The answer is yes. We've won the first leg very, very narrowly. After being 1-0 down to Kevin De Bruyne, Nico and Parisi turned the game around. In the 88th minute, Parisi with the winner. The return leg at San Siro is right ahead of us. We go into the game at Inter. Can we go back to back into a European semi-final, which is the Champions League semi-final? The answer in the quick sim is yes. Dodo scores in the 15th minute, the only goal of the game, to put us in yet another semi-final of the Champions League in which we will face our nemesis, the team that beat us, in fact destroyed us last season in the final. The Kings of Europe against Fiorentina, while the other semi-final will be Milan against PSG. We are seeking for revenge against Real Madrid. The first step towards glory is a home game in front of our home fans. We are thirsty for success against Madrid after they obliterated us last season. Come on, lads, eat those guys alive. Don't let them breathe. We actually do that. We win 3-2. We win against Real Madrid at home. Nico Gonzalez, 1-0 in the 12th minute. Ibanez doubled the lead before Euro gave them one back. Bellingham even equalized, but Vlahovic gave us the edge in a crazy game. 3-2. Our opportunity to reach back-to-back Champions League finals here at the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu, being 3-2 up from the first leg. Will we be able to overcome the end boss? Once again, quick simming the game and the outcome is a 2-0 win. We reach back-to-back finals. It is Dodo and Nico scoring the 2 goals for us and sending us to a second consecutive Champions League final, in which we will face PSG, who also obliterated Milan in their matchup. At the tail end of the season, I am actually gobsmacked. How is it possible that 3 teams are on the same points? The 3 first place teams have 80 points. I cannot believe this. This is whatever. We are champions, by the way. 80 points, on same points as Juventus and Milan. I can only repeat myself, this is incredible. We've also clinched a Super Cup against Milan in the final. Well done, lads. The titles are coming now. And even in the Coppa Italia, oh my god, we have defeated Napoli in the final to clinch the Coppa Italia, the 3rd title in 1 season. The Europa League goes to Borussia Dortmund over Real Betis, 2-1 in the final. And the Conference League goes to Feyenoord from the Netherlands over Athletic Bilbao. Those stats explain why we have done so well. We have Vlahovic on 20 goals, Gonzalez on 19, Marcos Leonardo on 15, Adeyemi on 12, Ikone even on 12, and then Ugarte with 9 goals and 8 assists. What a team, what a squad. Vlahovic, the top dog here. Just a little briefing before the final here of the squad. We have Parisi up to an 88, the captain. Buongiorno and Ibanez both 85 rated. Todo 83. Ugarte, Fagioli 89, 87. Also Simons 87. And an incredible front line, 89 rated Sule, 89 rated Vlahovic, and 88 rated Gonzalez. But for now, let's jump into a second consecutive Champions League final, this time once again in England at Wembley Stadium. We might get a yellow card for that challenge before here, but now PSG on a first attack. It's Barcola into Ruiz, back to Mbappe, Dembele, good save. Oh my god, what was that animation? Xavi Simons, our most technical player, the former PSG player as well, let's not forget. Now good ball into Vlahovic, brings us in front in the 23rd minute. Nicely built, this goal here. What a ball into Vlahovic, who uses his body and puts it past Donnarumma to make it 1-0 in typical striker fashion. Milinkovic, Savic. We get the ball. It is Fagioli. Can we even pounce again here? It's Vlahovic once again against Donnarumma. Great chip, and it's 2-0! What is happening here? Within 3 or 4 minutes, we take PSG apart. Good pass by Simons into Vlahovic, who just goes with the ball. He goes and goes and goes and then chips it. In the last moment, he chips it over Donnarumma into the net, and that is 2-0 to Fiorentina. It is Milinkovic into Mbappe. Can he create here now? We cannot shoulder barge him, but we get it away somehow. In the middle, I see Nico Gonzalez, who is free. Can he get a shot off? No, he just can't. But PSG are in trouble defensively. I wonder what Luis Enrique has told those boys at halftime, because Rebuild Sombrero has just said, continue like that, and you will be the champions of Europe at the end of those 90 minutes. Ndika into Fabian Ruiz. Now Mbappe with crazy trickery, but he loses the ball. Kylian gets the better of Ibanez, as it seems, but he has to go wide. Now it's Kylian against 2, but Ibanez with a nice intervention. I think it was Ibanez. And now he can go on the counter. What a nice rapid display here. It is Fagioli into Vlahovic. To Soule. Soule sees Parisi, our captain. Parisi gets past somebody here. It's a Soule. Vlahovic, but he cannot get the shot off. That would be crazy. A Champions League final hat-trick. Still win it. Oh my god. Do you see how competitive that battle in midfield is? Now PSG could get the better of us. It is Bradley Barcola. Barcola scores. Mbappe sees Barcola, who does well here. Very, very composed finish by the Frenchman. So lads, what I've done here is put Gonzalez at cam, because Simons is tired. That's why Adeyemi has come on. The 25-year-old, 88 rated, and Gonzalez is at the cam spot. Vlahovic also gets replaced by Marco Leonardo, as we need that pace up top to go on counters. Vlahovic is a former Fiorentina player that only came to my mind a few minutes ago. I just wanted to tell you that. Now Mbappe, this is dangerous. We cannot get Mbappe away. Yes, well defended by Buongiorno, who has had a stellar game so far. PSG once again on the charge. They want to push it into extra time, but Parisi, the captain, with a vital interception. Could we maybe now go on the counter? No, Ndika does well. Careful, enough of the talking, because Milinkovic has the ball. Milinkovic-Savic turns in the penalty box, does actually really well. It's Valverde with a power shot. It's the 90th minute, lads. To get in some fresh legs, we have brought on Amrabat for Fagioli. The warrior Amrabat now in, but they have a corner. It's Barcola. Can we get it away? It's Adeyemi. It should be over all second here. It is Adeyemi on the charge, but it's over. Fiorentina in the second try, in the second consecutive Champions League final, have finally done it. And Rebuild Sombrero has once again clinched another Champions League trophy. A Vlahovic brace defeated PSG. They are the runners-up. But we are champions here with Fiorentina in 4 seasons with an amazing team. But lads, if you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing to the channel and putting a like on the video. I'd really appreciate that. For now, I'm gonna let you enjoy the title celebrations as the OG, the left back Fabiano Parisi, is going to lift the first ever Champions League trophy for Fiorentina. Have a nice rest to your day.